Hey, it's just so Trish, and it's homeschool week. I don't know, it's the next homeschool week. It's taking a lot of coffee. So, homeschooling through crisis. We're going to keep homeschooling on. So, here we go. Alright, so we are homeschooling on. If you haven't watched any or seen anything that's going on, the rain came through the house, the roof, everything, and we lost a good part of everything. A lot of stuff is ruined. A lot of stuff is damaged. Sorry, I'm having a hard time focusing. So, we have been working this last week on just assessing what is good and what's savable. And like a lot of stuff could be savable if I had the time and the energy to do so, but then it becomes like, what is it that you spend that time and energy on? Because if I try to do everything, I can save nothing. So we're working on that. Okay, the jacket is because it's 66 degrees this morning, and I'm a thin-blooded Florida girl. It's cold to me, and I know it's not that cold. It'll be 80 later on, but it's extremely cold today. And I'm not to December yet. But, and lots of coffee. Sorry if I'm a rambler. This is probably going to be a long vlog. If you want the short answer, we're schooling on. We're going to school this week because we just need normalcy. For the rest of you, we're here to chat. Sorry if you're not into that. So, got my coffee. Okay, not to turn this into Wellness Wednesday tidbit, the glazed donuts are getting really hard to deny. I'm not gonna lie. I ate 6 chocolate covered donuts the other day. And you know, I was having the moment of like, remember when I talked about I was using ice cream to soothe my soul? I'm like, am I soothing my soul here with donuts? A little. But it was like, they were so delectable. I could eat them in like 4 bites. And the moment I was done, like, it didn't satisfy. And I will be honest, even after the 6th one, because I was the last one in the box, it still wasn't satisfying. And I'm like, oh, why did I eat them? This morning, I really, really wanted a glazed donut. I didn't eat the glazed donuts because I know, like, if I start eating the glazed donuts, it's all over. And I'm trying to stay off sugar, so, like, the whole thing is coated in sugar. So anyways, plenty of coffee. I had to go to the big boy today. I'm probably going to have 2 of these. We are so tired. Absolutely tired. We are just crashing. 7 o'clock, every one of us is just exhausted. The mildew mold in the house is getting really thick. I'm trying to be careful because I know you can get so sick in there. But I like having to go in and get the stuff, but trying not to stay in there. We are very much tiny housing it now without whatever. My kids, I feel like all of our immune systems are dropping, are getting weak. And so the kids are sick. They got something going on with their stomach. Some of them have it going down. Some of them have it going up. They're feverish. I think all but one. You know, that's spectacular. In here. Not. And you know, I'm laying in bed this morning, I'm like, even last night, I was like, the only thing I want to do is just feel some normalcy, just normal. I don't want to work in that house. I say that, but then I'm walking in where I haven't lost a lot of curriculum, but I have lost some, and I'm just going, although we don't use sex and math, I need to rescue my sex and math today before it gets the ability to grow mold. And just trying to find the balance. I've got to go through our clothes. And I'm like, you know what, today, let's just sit around and do schoolwork. Whoever feels good enough to do schoolwork. I've got to work on the blog. I've been taking an Ed2Go course for doing the blog, and I'm now, after tomorrow, I'm 2 weeks behind, so I'm like, let's work on that and get that done and just feel normal. I haven't heard from our insurance adjuster yet, but I've got a sneaky suspicion he might have been on the East Coast. I checked his his area code for his phone number, and his West Palm. So I'm praying like he's okay with the hurricane that came through on them. I know you caught some of our videos. We did have Abby with Full-Time Wife Life, her family and friends, so there's 9 of them. It was just so nice to step away from my problems for 26 straight hours. It was wonderful. We've been doing a lot of ugly crying. I've kind of taken a picture in the background with all of my garbage, just the stuff that's been garbage. Stuff that we thought was going to be okay, 6 days later isn't okay. One of the kids' dresser actually has mold growing up the side. Alright, so anyways, we're talking about homeschooling, aren't we? Not my loveliness. This is leftover hairdo from yesterday, but we're going to own it today. I'm pretty lazy. Tired. So doing school, I feel like it's a necessity that we keep into some normalcy, some normals. I know there's a video you guys are waiting for me to make, and I haven't been ready to make it, but now I'm ready to make it. And it's my review of the ACE, the Accelerated Christian Education, ABCs with Ace and Christy. We are almost done. We have, I think, 2 books left, and we're done. And I'm glad I waited to now to do the assessment or do my review of it, because it's a different review I would have given it halfway through. I'm kind of up in the air, but I've noticed we kind of have a small problem with that. And it has to do with the fact that we did do ACE kindergarten first. So we actually have to take longer and go a little bit slower in it, just so that we can be where we should be going in. I think long term it's not a big deal, but on the short term we're going to run into some problems if we don't slow down a little bit. But yeah, whoever feels good, we're going to school. I might have 52 weeks of homeschooling this year as a vlog. I had to laugh. I think I'm hitting the status of trolls. I got a real sweet one. He likes to go and tell me how I need to do my kids a favor. I'm assuming it's a him. The aggressive side of it seems very masculine. How I gotta do my kids a favor and put them in school and let them have an education. I'm like, oh. I don't even argue. I'm just like, well, to each their own. If that works for you, that works for you. It's been fun. There's been a conversation coming up about unschooling. So, based on our curriculum, we're far from unschooling. But, it was funny, though, having John and Abby here. And they showed up. We really weren't quite equipped for them, but I was just like, come anyways. And so it's glamping. Ask her. She was a little bit like, this is how, and we're rural. We're very rural. We're on 10 acres. And then our 10 acres is surrounded by 100 acres that's not developed. It's old, like orange grove pasture, that orange grove that's turned to pasture. And so we have houses, but we don't have a lot of houses. And they were having kind of a culture shock because they're used to, you know, like quarter-acre lots and houses, and everybody shake hands almost and stuff like that. And so we had to gather up like tables, and we just gathered up all our picnic tables and stuff around the property and brought them to one place. So I sent my son to go get the mower. I'm like, you know, and he's 10. He went and got the lawnmower to hook it up to a trailer, and it's a 16-foot trailer. I mean, I tow it behind my minivan many times through the years. But he'll hook that up, and just for him and his sister to go get the stuff and put it on the trailer and bring it over here. John was like, what? Does he need my help? And I'm like, no. We like to hook up the trailer to the mower and go scout out the neighbors' wood piles when they're throwing wood out. So it was funny because my husband and I got talking about that experience, witnessing that experience of just like having somebody on the outside come and see what is our normal, and the shock. And we realized really quick what an education our kids have gotten just living on these 10 acres. Just the things we've done. I mean, they can bush hog. My oldest too, she'll be 12 this weekend. I know that's kind of rough. We're a little bit like, what do you want to do for your birthday? I know you wanted to have a slumber party, but that's not really in the forecast right now. Can we do something else? You know, and it can't cost a lot. And, you know, there's some kind of things there with her birthday coming up, and she's 12. She's 12. So next Monday I'm going to have a 12-year-old. But she's been bush hogging. She can run the tractor just fine. Actually, they can run the tractor better than me because they're more practiced at it. And the one time she didn't understand she can't do precise mowing with the bush hog, and took out the chicken pen. It was so funny. She was so mad. No chickens got hurt. She clipped the corner of the chicken pen. The whole thing fell over. So then I had to stop mowing and rebuild a chicken pen. It was so funny. It was so funny. But my husband and I got going, and we're like, you know, they have learned so much in the things that we didn't have curriculum to teach them. And I thought that was pretty, you know, I'm like, wow, you're right. You know, they have such a concept. It's not that they're going to grow up bush hogging. It's not that they're going to grow up, you know, running equipment, but learning the discipline to run equipment and seeing how things come together physically is huge. I can tell you some of the best engineers that I know of have had summers in time spent building things, or on the back of a tractor, or putting irrigation together, or running lines, that have that practical experience. They design and engineer so much better because they have a comprehension of how it's going to go together. So yeah, you would think, you know, not to get into a sidetrack, but you would think along the lines of, I want my kid to be a doctor, so I want them in, you know, or I'm going to do engineering because that's what I know. I want them to be an engineer. Don't ever get behind that shovel. You're the engineer. You're the engineer. You're not going to be the best engineer then. Not that there's, I mean, okay, there's some that are not wired to that thinking, and it doesn't matter what they do, they're not going to be the best engineer. But the practical experience is just huge to do. So we've really come to terms and seen that. It's been funny. Our son has been asking us some he's been, like, he doesn't know it yet, but he's been in like statistics and probability, and he's been running like probability numbers, like, well, it's 1 in 100 that would do this, so this would mean, and he's getting into it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything, but you're totally doing statistics, son. Yeah. So that's been pretty cool to watch. But we're gonna take it easy. there's a whole section of my book, my planner I did, like, this would be where we're at week 1, week 2, week 3. I'm going to paper clip those pages together, and I'm not going to open them. I have to not open them. I don't want to pull them out. I just don't want to get caught up in it. I'm going to have a video coming out soon what I'm using to supplement Addie's reading, because we need to do a little bit of supplementing, like I said before. So we're just taking it one day at a time. And today's a day we're going to try and do not much. And I'm going to try and hang out at my computer, at my desk, drink lots of coffee. I'm going to go get more here soon. Move some books. One of the things my husband's done, I know I haven't really showed you, I did a little tour. I'll do more later, but he's been putting up more shelves. Yes, that's clothing. But see, like the shelving? We had those in the house. I think I've showed you before. We had those in the house. We didn't pull them out of the house. He just had more. He's put them everywhere. He loves those shelves. Those are his favorite kinds of shelving. He just is like screws them everywhere. So it's getting cozy in here with stuff. But the cool part is we've been working on, we're actually looking at, we are making progress to getting a mobile home. And if that goes right, we will only be in here 8 weeks. 8 weeks. So we're buying one off the lot. It's new. It's like only a month or 2 old. And it's one we looked at before. I'm probably going to release a video that I took back in February and I never released it, of all the mobile homes we went and looked at. We looked at a lot of mobile homes. And I took video about 4 or 5 of them. But I'm not going to tell you which one we're getting yet. It's a surprise. We've been back and forth on buying a mobile home, building a house. And I don't know if our nerves could take building one. And when you got 6 kids and you got what we need to get done, sometimes well built and it shows up is a good deal. So that's what we're working on. Hope to see y'all on Instagram. Keep praying. Oh my goodness, keep praying with me. I need it. It gets emotional. And we're keeping our chin up. And it's okay. But it gets emotional. Yeah. I will tell you, I'm glad we did what we did. I think if we would have been sleeping in the house when that happened, I have a feeling we would have been electrocuted. Isn't that like some forethought? We probably would have been electrocuted. It still feels a bit surreal to me. And I've got a feeling by the time we're done, I'm going to feel like we were just walking through a dream. Through all this, like even the next 8 weeks, a dream. So I'm going to get to work and let this forever load up onto YouTube. I will talk to you later. Peace out.